Hi, Dr. Montaigne here. I'm going to show you how to match up your Works Cited page with your citations in your essay. Okay, here we have a Works Cited page, and there are a variety of authors. The Associated Press is one. I would personally just use the title, not the Associated Press, but the Associated Press is a clearinghouse for newspapers where a lot of newspapers get their sources, but you can see it actually came from Al Jazeera. So I might use that instead. But there are some models in MLA that use this. It just Al Jazeera is more specific, and you always want to be more specific. Here is Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, State of California. That is an author. And then we have three authors here, Kyle, Hernandez, and Olson. Okay, so we have three different situations. How do we handle them in the citations? Where the number one rule to remember is that it's always the first word of the citation of the works cited entry that you put in the citation. In this case, it would be omnilink. But because you know you have to use authors' names, it's the last name, Kyle, Hernandez, and Olson. You would put an and in there, and I'll show you that above. So let's look at this one. The author's name, which is most common, usually it would just be one author's name, but in academia you have often multiple authors. Okay, so here it is, Kyle, Hernandez, and Olson. And notice this is the page number 1. You absolutely have to have page or paragraph numbers in all of your citations, unless it's a video, and then you will say in this audio source, and then you can name it, and it's usually the director, sometimes the author, sometimes it's the source where it came from. The Associated Press, you can see the same thing here. Page 1. Let's see, what else do we have? Sentinel Offender Services, that's also listed as an author in the Works Cited page. And here we have just the number 42. So we know that the source above it here is the same source here, because there's not a new one mentioned. So you mention a source, and then if you want to keep citing from it, you just put the page or paragraph number. Now, a lot of students get very frustrated with online sources because the page numbers aren't always obvious. That's when you use paragraph numbers. MLA introduced that several years ago when this became more of an issue. So paragraph numbers are done. Let me see if I can see one here. I actually don't see one so far. But paragraph numbers are used when you don't know the page number, but you can see all of these have page numbers, which is great. Page numbers are important. They are the number one choice for doing citations. Here we have, as the Associated Press reported, a monitor has no way to detect whether a crime is being committed. Page 1. Not a problem. If that was a website and it was page 1 of the website, you could easily just use page 1. But if there's a paragraph number needed, what you would do is you would, let me open up a file here, you would use PAR, not capital, small p, PAR, keeps doing that. Here, let me do it this way. And that's how the citation is done with a paragraph. There is a comma here, but in page numbers, no. If this was a page number, it would be. Okay, so that's it for now. Make sure that you're using the first word or words of your works cited entry to put in the citations of your paper.